Let's talk about a new rule you probably didn't know existed, a rule that might just change how you approach your next visit to the courthouse. It's a subtle shift, but one that's gaining traction in courtrooms across the country. It concerns something seemingly simple: what you wear to court. Yes, you heard that right. What was once a matter of personal discretion is now, in some jurisdictions, subject to a specific regulation. The Bar Association, in an effort to maintain order and clarity, now says that only licensed lawyers can wear the classic white shirt and black pants combo. This seemingly innocuous outfit has become a symbol reserved exclusively for those admitted to the bar. And this applies specifically inside a courthouse. The hallowed halls of justice are now governed by this sartorial standard. This isn't a suggestion. It's not merely a guideline to be considered. It's a formal rule, etched in policy and enforced with surprising seriousness. So, if you're not a lawyer, if you haven't passed the bar and sworn an oath, you're expected to find something else to wear. Time to rethink that carefully chosen outfit. And this holds true no matter how respectful you're trying to look. Even if you believe the white shirt and black pants convey the seriousness of your purpose, the rule applies to everyone. It's a blanket policy with no exceptions. That includes witnesses, defendants, family members offering support, journalists, even seasoned reporters covering the legal beat, and anyone who isn't a lawyer. No exceptions, no loopholes. The stated goal: prevent confusion, to ensure that those in the courtroom can easily identify legal counsel. But for most people, it just makes going to court even more complicated. Another layer of complexity in an already daunting process. Welcome to the justice system, where tradition and procedure reign supreme. So please check your wardrobe at the door and prepare to navigate this new and perhaps perplexing rule. Have you ever stopped to consider why lawyers almost universally adopt a specific mode of dress? Why do lawyers, particularly in formal settings, so often look like penguins on a mission? The black suit and white shirt combination are all about projecting an image of seriousness, competence, and unwavering authority. It's a visual cue that signals to everyone in the room that this person is to be taken seriously. It's a tradition deeply rooted in the history of English courts, meant to strip away any sense of individuality or personal flair, and instead place the unwavering focus squarely on the principles and application of the law itself. The idea is to minimize distractions. The uniform signals a clear message: I'm an officer of the court, and I am bound by a strict code of ethics. It's a public declaration of integrity and adherence to the legal standards, much like a police uniform commands respect, or a doctor's white coat inspires confidence. It's meant to immediately distinguish lawyers from everyone else present in the courtroom, setting them apart as professionals with specific responsibilities. The Bar Association emphasizes that this visual distinction is absolutely crucial for maintaining order and decorum within the courtroom during legal proceedings. It reinforces the seriousness of the environment. Ultimately, it's not about making a fashion statement. It's about pure function and practicality. The crisp white shirt and the classic black pants are essential components of the professional legal toolkit, just like a well-organized briefcase or a meticulously researched legal brief. In the high-stakes environment of a court, what you choose to wear transcends mere clothing. It becomes a powerful symbol of your role, your responsibilities, and your unwavering commitment to the pursuit of justice. So, why the crackdown? The Bar Association says it's to prevent confusion and protect the public. Too many non-lawyers have been mistaken for attorneys just because of their clothes. Someone might ask a well-dressed stranger for legal advice, not realizing they're just a witness or a journalist. Bad advice can have serious consequences. There's also concern about people pretending to be lawyers to scam others. The rule helps court staff and judges quickly identify who's actually authorized to represent someone. It's about security, efficiency, and keeping the courtroom running smoothly. The goal: make sure everyone knows who's who. Reactions are mixed. Many lawyers support the rule, saying it protects the profession and the public. Others call it elitist, arguing it creates another barrier for people already intimidated by the system. Court staff appreciate the clarity, but don't love being the fashion police. For the public, it's confusing and frustrating. Most people wear white shirts and black pants to show respect. Now that effort is against the rules. Critics say it's classist, since not everyone can afford a wide range of professional clothes. The rule feels out of touch with real people's lives. For many, it's just one more way the legal system seems unwelcoming. The rule is meant to prevent mix-ups that could have real consequences. Imagine a witness dressed like a lawyer. Jurors might think he's part of the legal team, tainting their view. Or someone representing themselves asks a stranger for advice, not realizing he's just a journalist. Mistakes like these can damage cases. For court staff, the rule helps quickly identify who's allowed in restricted areas. It's also about preventing administrative errors, like giving confidential documents to the wrong person. The rule is a bureaucratic fix for human mistakes. It's about crowd control, security, and keeping the process fair. In theory, it's all about clarity. So what happens if you inadvertently, or perhaps intentionally, show up to court in attire that doesn't quite meet the established standards? What if you show up in the forbidden outfit? The initial response is usually a polite request. Court staff will likely approach you and ask you to change if possible, explaining the dress code and why it's important. To assist, some courthouses even have loaner blazers or sweaters available for those who may be unprepared. It's a practical solution to ensure proceedings can continue smoothly without causing undue delay. But what if you can't, or perhaps more stubbornly, won't change? In that case, you might be barred from entering a specific courtroom where a particular case is being heard, though not necessarily the whole building. Access may be restricted to maintain decorum. Ultimately, judges have the final say in their courtrooms. Their decisions are paramount. So, if your clothes are deemed disruptive or cause confusion, you could be asked to leave the courtroom entirely. Repeated violations of the dress code, especially if you're actively pretending to be a lawyer without proper credentials, can escalate significantly and potentially lead to criminal charges, such as contempt of court or impersonation. It's important to remember that the rule is primarily meant as a deterrent, a way to uphold the dignity of the court, not simply as a punishment for fashion faux pas. The underlying hope is that over time, everyone will understand and adapt to these standards, fostering a respectful environment. The ultimate goal is that the lawyer uniform will once again mean what it's supposed to, a symbol of professionalism, integrity, and respect for the legal process.